Hey, this is Team Ovydrome Sketch with Soumya, Aditya, Ishan, and Vanshika with the project called Ovydrome Sketch. Here comes the problem statement that our team is addressing.
The detection of polycystic ovary syndrome is a really challenging task in the world today, and it's need of the hour to develop an efficient and novel way for its early diagnosis. Due to its complex mechanism and multifaceted nature, it is really hard to diagnose at this stage in the world. PCOS diagnosis typically relies on a combination of various symptoms, interpretations, and tests, which can be really costly and time consuming. In this context of a business model, it can prove to be really helpful for developing a business model out of this in the healthcare sector, which can save millions of lives every year using just a simple paper based strip.
Now, talking about the solution that our team is proposing. Ovydrome Sketch basically is a biosensor that utilizes the urine samples from the patients in order to detect for PCOS. It looks for the upregulated biomarkers that are testosterone and benzoyl glycine, and based on the color changes in the result window, we get to know that the person using the kit is positive with PCOS or not.
Strip works on the principle of lateral flow immunoassay. It basically utilizes the urine samples from the patients to look for highly upregulated biomarkers, which in our case are benzoglycin and testosterone. So if these two biomarkers are present above the threshold, it goes on to bind with the gold nanoparticle antibody conjugate at the conjugate pair, and because the binding has already taken place here, no binding takes place at the test line and no red color appears, thereby deeming a positive result. And if the analyte is not present in the sample, no binding takes place at the conjugate, and thus the conjugate moves on to bind with the antibody at the test lines to give a red color, thereby deeming a negative result. And a control line always shows up irrespective of if the analyte is present or not, thereby deeming that the test strip is working properly.
Now, coming to the most important part, what makes this idea great? It is novel, it is easy to perform, it is non invasive, and it is time efficient. Currently, there are no XLFIA test strips for PCOS. Lateral flow immunoassay test strips are super easy to work with. No pain is involved as it makes use of urine samples to serve the purpose of detection. It shows results within minimum 7 to 10 minutes, which justifies the greatness of this idea.